Hey guys, Scott Adams here. Yesterday we talked a little bit about account security and account protection, a little more from the consumer side, but also about merchants. And most topics I think can be done that way. But today, somebody on LinkedIn that I'm friends with posted a post that looked like this. And people are calling this fraud, and it is. And I call it family fraud, friendly fraud, also account takeover. But in this case, the father gave his son the phone. So it's sort of account takeover. It's not the kid's device, it's the father's device. The device is trusted by the merchants involved, and so it looks real. So that's, in a way, it's kind of our definition of friendly fraud. But here's where I differ with a lot of what people say, and what a lot of the community I think has said, is that you can stop friendly fraud. Friendly fraud, most of the time, it's really hard to detect because, like I said, it's a known customer, it's the known device, it's something that's very common. Our children use our phones. But in this case, is this normal? Is this what that user and that device would normally do? So how often has this guy ordered $1,000 worth of food in a day? How often? I think the one that was caught was pizza, and it was almost a $500 order. So that's like 50 pizzas. Why would a company allow that to happen? So this is where I think a lot of times, especially brick and mortar businesses like a pizza place, they don't have really good business rules in place or anti-fraud in place. They rely on their bank. And the bank has to look after everybody. So their rules, their systems are more broad. And you don't really want them to be too strict. So in this case, this is where the merchant ought to have some business rules in place. How often does somebody actually order $500 worth of pizza? Can it happen? Sure. Should you verify it? Absolutely. Now you can verify with technology. Like here, again, I think biometrics or behavioral would be great because, the child that probably is mostly playing games on dad's phone, he doesn't act the same. He has the phone at different heights, different angles. His fingers are different sizes. There's all sorts of variables here that behavioral biometrics can detect. And so using that technology, which is really inexpensive, we could have avoided all this. Using business rules, which are even more inexpensive, we could have avoided all this and saved the guy the headache and the anger and the money in this case. And so this is kind of, again, where, like I said in a video recently and in a number of posts recently, that we need to think about what are the norms, kind of get those into some form of rule, and make sure that we're using technology to prevent these things so that we save our consumers the heartache and the headache and the money, and we save ourselves the chargebacks. Right? This did not turn into a chargeback. The dad was, let's say, honest. He could have probably charged that back, and if he did, maybe he would have won. The merchant would have won in representment, but that still costs him money. That costs the merchant money, the merchant time, and as hopefully you guys all know, if you represent something and win, it does not take it off your chargeback count for your ratios. And so if this keeps happening, it builds up and it's a problem. So I say, is this preventable? Absolutely. We just need to make sure that we do these things to do that. And the more the merchants do these things, the more that the fraudsters will not be able to do it. And so they'll go somewhere else. So hopefully this helps. I think it's a hot topic and it's going to stay one for a long time. So let me know if you need help. Thanks a lot.